It's January 13th, and I have another message from the aliens. I was locked out of TikTok on Saturday, and the aliens don't usually give me messages on Sunday, so I apologize for going dark on you for a couple days there, but I'm back with a new message. I'm an interdimensional communicator, which means I can channel messages from aliens and angels and other interdimensional beings. The aliens have been coming to me a lot in the last few months, and 3 weeks ago they asked me to post my first message from the aliens here on TikTok. The past messages have covered topics like why they're coming, why now, how do we know there's nothing to be afraid of when they become visible. They've also touched on some pretty big topics like New Earth and how they know God. So if you've missed some of those past videos, you might want to go back and watch them because today's message might be a little hard to understand if you're just coming to this for the first time. In my last video, they shared that the large ships are going to become visible very soon. Their smaller craft and orbs have been visible for quite a long time now. Many of you have seen them and or communicated with those orbs. And it's those large ships that we're waiting for. When are we going to see those? I asked them that question today. What can we do to help them become visible? I got several answers, which I received telepathically through clairsentience. And again, as usual, I typed up my interpretation of those messages, asked them to confirm my interpretation, and then I consider them to be ready for you. So that's what we've got today. As the answers came in, it became clear that the aliens expected and planned to be visible to us by now. But it was actually the LA fires that slowed down their progress and reduced the frequency of Earth, making it harder for them to do what they need to do. I wanted to check in with both halves of the Leadership Council that I mentioned in the last video. The first one to come forward with a response was Alien Lilith, a member of the Galactic Federation's Council of Light. She says, "The collective frequency in many parts of the world is getting higher, which makes it easier for us to reach you visually and telepathically. Unfortunately, the LA fires have had a negative impact on Earth's frequency, which slowed down our overall process. We anticipate the fires will be controlled soon and the energy will start moving higher again. This is how you can help. Instead of focusing on the fires in LA or whatever is concerning you, focus on the outcome you want to see. Are you visualizing the fires getting bigger? Are you reading news stories about them and what could make the fires grow? If yes, those are the thoughts that are keeping the fires alive. You are putting energy into what you don't want. Instead, try to visualize the wind stopping and the fires going out. When you put your energy into what you don't want, you impact your frequency and you anchor yourself into the timeline where that lack is. But if you put your energy into what you do want, you move yourself to a higher timeline. There is a timeline where the LA fires are out and nature is already healing the damage. Communities are coming together in love to repair and replace what was lost. Put yourself on that timeline by focusing your thoughts on the outcome you want, not the present that the media wants you to stay focused on, or the future that the media wants you to be afraid of. When you are in fear, you are easier to control. When you break out of that fear and focus on love, you will gain access to your full power. Do that. Next, I connected again with alien Persephone, who sits on the Galactic Federation's Council of Darkness. She said, "Many of you asked if we could put out the fires. Some of you even asked if we started the fires. The answers are no and no. We did not start the fires, and we cannot put out the fires. Fire is an elemental force and must follow its own path regardless of how it started. This is part of the shedding that will continue to happen as we move away from old Earth. Some parts of it will literally have to burn in order for something better to rise from the ashes. Often we experience this metaphorically on our soul's journey. Sometimes we experience this physically. The humans directly impacted by this fire were meant to experience it both ways. Destruction is part of creation. We can't get to our soul's highest and greatest path or timeline without burning down parts of our past that didn't serve us. Sometimes that burning takes down parts of our past that we would have rather hold on to. This is an opportunity to work with your inner darkness. That's where you'll find the strength to burn down the part of you that you're ready to say goodbye to, so that the new you can come in. As you move into New Earth, you will need to metaphorically burn down parts of your life. That might mean saying goodbye to people who have a negative impact on your frequency. Or you might say goodbye to your job or your home or your marriage if it isn't serving your highest and greatest good. You might miss the people and things you say goodbye to, and you might have other collateral damage, but it will be worth it. Life is not meant to be free of challenges. Our souls wouldn't learn much if that were the case. You should not expect to avoid pain, but you can expect to avoid suffering. You should not expect or even try to live only in the light. You must expect and encourage the power of the darkness to have an equally beneficial impact on your soul's journey. Don't fight the darkness. Welcome it alongside the light. It is the balance that is needed for ascension. That is what you should focus on. So that was what alien Persephone had to say. Next, alien Apollo wanted to come in and offer his thoughts. This is alien Apollo. He wants us to imagine him in his alien expression for now. He works closely with alien Persephone on the Council of Darkness. This is what alien Apollo had to say about the fires and what we can do to help the aliens become visible. We want to make it clear that we are devastated to see the loss of human, animal, and plant life due to the fires. Our Council of Darkness does not celebrate loss of any kind. Even the loss of property and material possessions is worthy of mourning because it represents cherished memories and joy. If you are among those directly impacted by the fires, we mourn with you. And we see your inner strength. We see your grit. You can call upon the power of your light and your darkness to get through this and to reach a better place on the other side of it. Now is the time for visualization. Visualize your own power rising up out of the ashes. Know it in your heart. You already have everything you need to get through this and to become someone new, someone even better than before. This, too, is how you'll help us become visible to you. Visualize us in the sky. Expect to see headlines about us in the news. Ask us to send you messages. Expect to sense our telepathic responses. What you expect, what you really regard as truth in your heart, is what you will create for yourself. As soon as enough of you expect to see our ships, and when enough of you raise your vibration to the frequency where we are, the ships will become visible to you in your skies. We're still concerned about the fear that many of you will initially feel, but that again is where we ask you to come in. When we become visible, we ask all of you to tell anyone who will listen, there's nothing to be afraid of. Tell your friends and family, we're here to help. So again, from now until our ships become visible, the very best thing you can do is raise your vibration and focus on visualizing what you do want. Visualize the LA fires being totally controlled and extinguished. Visualize humans coming together to heal the damage. Visualize our ships in the sky, showing you we're here with nothing but the desire to help New Earth come into existence for the highest and greatest good of humanity and the planet. So that's what alien Apollo had to say. Next, I went back to alien Hercules on the Council of Light. This is what he had to say about how to help them show themselves to us. He said, yes, you can help us become visible. First, continue looking for the orbs in the sky and ask them to communicate with you. Even if you can't see them, they can hear you, and you will eventually hear them if you keep practicing. Second, visualize our big ships in the sky over mountains and water. Imagine your news headlines announcing our arrival. Feel the initial wave of human fear being quickly replaced by gratitude for the guidance and support the aliens can offer you at this time. And third, remember, we are coming because God asked us to come. Earth is ascending, and humanity would benefit from our help, so you can ascend with her. We are here to share the truth, and we are here to support you in creating a better future for your whole planet. We would never harm you, and we will only help you in the ways you ask. There's nothing to fear, and every time you replace a thought of fear with a thought of love, you bring us closer to you. We will be visible very soon. At the end of my session, Prime Creator himself came through for a concluding statement. And again, Prime Creator is one who wants us to imagine him as either his alien expression or his human expression. He said, the members of the Galactic Federation have worked very hard to be here for you now. They traveled great distances and negotiated complicated agreements to support you as a united collective at this time. Our members represent all races and all locations in the cosmos. They are here because they all promised each other they would come. We are coming to you now, and we will be visible very soon. We will not break that promise to each other or to you. So that's the message for today. Let's do what they ask. Let's visualize the end of the fires. Let's visualize rebirth. Let's visualize the large ships becoming visible over mountains and water. Let's replace our thoughts of fear with thoughts of love, because every single time we do that, it brings them closer to us.